Hello everyone and welcome to another post-duel commentary of some Paleo Frog gameplay. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Playing the 60 card variant, give us access to as many options as possible. This hand we open is rather good. We get the grass off and get an 11 card mill. Then we'll set spell fragrance with Boku and trap trick, so I get at least 3 traps out of my grave. Just gonna go ahead and activate the Numeron wall. Get a Numeron network. I'm just gonna immediately flip the Waboku so I don't die if for whatever reason the network is to resolve. And I'm just gonna flip up the trap trick and we're gonna go right into the Dynamiscus so that we can completely end his turn so that he can't activate the Numeron network and resolve it. So he activates it. We flip the Dynamiscus. Then we have 4 Paleo traps, monsters. Goes with the set 2, which are probably spell cards. And then a pass. So we're gonna go ahead and just go straight into a Toad. It's always the safest bet. Make the Toad first. He doesn't have any response to the Toad. So now we're gonna go ahead and make an Opapedia. Opapedia is gonna search for an Olanoids. I'm just gonna hold it for right now. Attack with my Toad. He's gonna Mirror Force that. Mirror Force is a good card. I'll take a Mirror Force. So we'll send off the Opapedia, take the Mirror Force, hit him for that 22. And then I'm just gonna set the Olanoids because his next turn is flip up Numeron, activate Numeron, send, try and summon a bunch of dudes. We're just gonna stop that. Goes to activate the Numeron network. We'll negate it. We'll summon a free trap. And then he concedes. So I just shut him out of his entire engine, and that's how we won that game with these. This one's a little bit longer. My grass frog games usually last about 15 minutes. I won't play a game unless I have like 20 minutes of free time. He goes in for Desires, which, I mean, it happens. Then he goes in for the Lightning Storm, and of course we're gonna negate it. Gotta keep that Imperm and that Dynamiscus all mine. So he goes for a card E, and I'm just gonna Imperm it. He goes in for the attack, which of course he's just gonna take damage, and then end his turn. So nothing too fancy. We get a trap trick. I'm gonna try and go in with the swap, or the dupe to get the swap. And then it does go off. So summon Swap Frog. And I'm just gonna try to send Ronan, you know, get things going. But he has the Ash Blossom. And I don't exactly know what he's playing, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Not too afraid of whatever he's playing. Plays another Desires. And then summons a Gandora. This thing says once per turn you can pay half your life points. Apply one of these effects depending on the number of Gandora monsters with different names in your grave. Destroy all other cards on the field, banish all other cards on the field, banish all other cards on the field, and in the graveyard. So he doesn't have any Gandoras, so it doesn't do anything. It's just a 6,300 attack for each banished card. He has 20. It's gonna Dynamiscus the hell out of that, because that's what he did for his battle phase. He max sees me, which happens. He only has 9 cards in his left in his deck, by the way. He goes for a monster aboard on the driver. It's a big boy. He has 9 cards in his deck, by the way. I have 52. So I'm gonna throw up the grass. Down to 9 cards. Hit a back deck. We get to alter the top cards of our deck. We make it totally awesome. My trap trick is now not active, by the way. So it is just a dead card. He just goes and activates the Maxi. I don't have any swap or any frogs to summon. I'll use the back jack to get a Waboku. I'm not going to use it right now. I'll just let the Toad die because I still have Ronin in grave in order to go ahead and get another Toad online. So we're going to do that because option 1 is always Toad online. But we're going to activate Waboku here. That gives us access to a Nom, and we're going to use a Nom. Flip his monster, attack him. Set the infinite permanence. He goes for an extravagance. And then an Eater of Millions, and then Grand Mahu. So I have impermanence to negate the effect of one of them, and annul him to kill the other. So I obviously force him to kill himself. And then that's lethal. He had 2,000 life points left, and I have a 2400 to his nothing. So we win! Woohoo! Okay, so this is like the worst hand of the set that I'm showing you, I believe. Yeah, set 2 frog, set 2 pass. Hold on to my Lightning Storm, Dynamiscus, discard Leak. At Ignisters. I don't know a lot of what this deck does, but I know it's a link deck, and it has a field spell that lets them special summon extra monsters to the main monster zone. He's gonna use that. I'll go ahead and Dynamiscus it. Get it off the board. Hopefully he doesn't have access to a second one. He doesn't. Sets 1, pass turn. I Lightning Storm the back row, just because I'm going to try and attack with Duke to go into swap to get things going. And this guy has a ghost spell, which, I mean, it happens, I guess. It's very unfortunate that this ghost spell comes down here. So we're left on 2 cards to his 5 cards. We'll set a Canadia, and that's going to shut him down for another turn, thankfully. So he goes with the normal summon, add another AI land. Activates the AI land. Link summons for 2. He'll make a Splash Mage. And he goes for his AI land, the special. And I'm going to stop that. He's going to activate a Maxi here. Which is fine. He's going to get an extra draw. I can't do anything about that, but I do have a monster that is bigger than both of his monsters. He's going to activate the Splash Mage to try and get another monster. I'm going to negate it, because then I have 2 monsters that are bigger than his monsters. And I can make a Toad. He does get the draw, obviously. But he has nothing in those 4 cards. He sets 1, passes. So, a draw phase, standby, a Bane. Totally awesome. Hit him. Keep moving forward. This time I'm actually going to go for the Downerd into Zeus play, which I do think is correct. Need to get rid of that AI land. He only has 1 more in his deck after that one's gone. I have an extra charge on my Zeus. He does have the infinite impermanence, which is also fine. I'm actually just going to summon a trap that's bigger than half his monsters. And continue from there. Get my Toad back with its effect. Then we'll normal summon the Dupe Frog. And summon a totally awesome beside our Zeus. So, activate Toad. He goes for an Ash Blossom, and I don't necessarily have anything I really want to negate in 3 cards that weren't already board clears, more than likely. So I'm actually going to negate it here. Some of the swap, get the Rodent in my graveyard, because that's what I want to get my Toad capabilities going. And he does actually have a Called by the Grave here, which I do not think is correct. I think he should have activated it in response to my Toad's negate. That would have punished me, and I wouldn't have gotten the Swap Frog either. But he just goes, flips, tech, pass. Still doesn't have anything in these 2 cards. We're just gonna switch the Zeus to attack mode and go in. He plays a card that negates the attack, which happens. He gets an extra monster on board. He'll Link Summon for 2. To another Splash Mage. I'm gonna activate my Lost Wind in the grave. Technically, that was probably incorrect here because I am more than likely gonna blow up the board with Zeus. So, I don't think there's a lot of other things that could have happened. He goes to activate the Transit Code. I'm gonna activate Waboku and then activate a trap and then Zeus the board. So he's back with those same 2 cards that he's been stuck with more than likely for several turns. Then I get a free trap. So that plus Rodent means that I can make another Toad. Continue to move the game state forward. Just remember that I was on 2 cards at one point in time in this game to his 5. And I'm now winning because I can Link Summon Anemone here, summon back Swamp Frog, and just kind of like rub it in a little bit more. Send another Swamp Frog, and this is actually lethal on board. I don't need to do anything else, but I can make Toad, I can continue to play the game. Just kind of took control of the whole game there, slowly but surely. That's a really good game. Hope y'all enjoyed this Paleo in-depth post-duel commentary.